Alrighty, what is going on? Lovely FreeMelons out there listening. I'm Eli Martyr. Thanks so much for joining me once again for another epic interview. I've got Raw Coconut Girl on the other side over here with me. We had a great discussion the first time that we met, and so we're just going to be going over. I kind of rated through the comments and just took a look at some of the comments that you guys wanted me to ask. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna go through a couple of things that we didn't address directly, and just flesh out a couple more details. So, thank you so much for joining us, Miss Magdalena, Raw Coconut Girl. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you for having me here, Mr. Ellie.
Okay, so first of all, I mean, what are these wonderful fruits that you've got for us today? What did you get that I can't eat?
I know. I apologize for that. I didn't know you can get it in Canada. Anyway, these are. Guess. You tell me. Is it an eggplant? This is an egg fruit.
Okay.
And
egg fruit,
yeah. Yeah, egg fruit, and they're pretty soft when they're ripe. So they should be soft. And guys, I had one. I barely could finish that.
Oh, really?
That one portion, I was full. I may eat it in front of you, even though I'm not hungry anymore. It satisfied me fully, but this is how it looks.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So it looks like an egg yolk.
Yeah, it looks like egg yolk.
But
egg fruit.
It tastes like a sweet potato. It's a little starchy, I would say.
Yeah.
But you don't taste that starch. You actually taste the starch because you know how the potatoes taste.
Oh, that's so tasty.
Oh no, that's a seed. Oh, I put a seed. It's like sweet potato with egg, with an egg on top, or something like that. Yeah.
Amazing. While you're enjoying your egg fruits, let's get into some of the questions and comments that we had from our last interview. One of the comments that came up was about your battle with scoliosis, and they wanted to flesh that out a bit more. So can you go into detail about your scoliosis healing? So I guess just fleshing out what exactly you did and the steps that you took, and and how that worked in just a bit more detail.
So I was lucky enough to be raised more around fruits rather than sweets. So that was number one for me, because I was born with scoliosis. So that was also helpful, beneficial. Of course, I had my episodes with my life where I had milk and dairy products and meat and stuff like that. But that wasn't as intense and as often as other people have it. So I'm pretty sure that was number one too. However, I was also going on gymnastics and stuff. And when you are young, you can really help that back to help improve the strength of your back. However, it wasn't enough, right? So when I was like a teenager, I was doing raw and fruits. And I believe that was the part where it all started for me too, like the whole healing. But then I had that ski accident, and I was vegan before.
Sorry. So just one detail there. So when you had that ski accident, you said you had already started on the raw food diet. So does that mean you were starting to notice improvements before you had that ski accident, like because of just that diet?
So here is the thing. I wasn't focused on what I'm improving. I was just enjoying to be fully raw and fully on fruits. Yes, I can tell that changing my lifestyle into fruity lifestyle, I started feeling amazingly. Yeah. And I don't know about my scoliosis then, because like I said, I didn't focus on that.
Okay, so you just so you're not sure, like you were noticing other improvements in your life, just general systemic health, but you're not sure if the scoliosis was affected during that time before the ski accident. Yeah,
when I got my ski accident, I had that scoliosis already. One thing that improved when I was on fruits already, I stopped having my back pain, but more like a blade bone pain. I always had that blade bone pain when I was like typing sitting at the desk or stuff, just doing something unnatural. It caused me pain. I'm an artist, I paint a lot, so holding my arm up, it was challenging. So when I switched into fruits, actually this helped me, not raw food itself, but fruits.
I was going to ask, so after that ski accident, was there any kind of physical therapy that you had to do? So like what else was happening besides the diet world that you used to heal, if anything?
I did so much physical therapy. I had to exercise every single day for the next 2 years, for 2 hours, just this leg. So it wasn't just the whole body, this leg for 2 hours every day. It had to be consistent. So I literally got all exercises, of course, not only for that leg, but including the whole body, but focusing on that leg, right? That's what I was meant.
What kind of exercises?
Oh my goodness, I did squats. I did exercises with the stretching down. So many. I keep continuing doing them all the time. I do it on a daily basis with the stretching downs and
with like an elastic band, like a TheraBand, or
elastic bands. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, elastic bands. So I've been using elastic bands since 2017. Actually, that has changed my life completely, because I could actually discover a lot of exercises that physical therapists they were teaching me, all of this. So all squats, like hydrants, like exercises like of the lifts up and down with when you're laying down and you're just lifting your body up and down. All the strength for your butt, for your glute, exercises. So some like little lunges and stuff, like but something without just weight. I didn't use any weight for that, just my weight, my body weight. I did for my leg, I get that exercise on the ball too, the big ball, like I was just stretching my back and stuff. So that was helpful for me.
Okay, the Bosu ball.
With the scoliosis and also after my surgeries, actually my back got worse. So I knew I had scoliosis, but after my surgeries, I was on a wheelchair, but then I stopped using a wheelchair because I was so stubborn, I didn't want to use it. So I was using crutches and my back was actually this way.
Yeah.
So I actually broke, like my back was a disaster after the surgery. So they said that my back is broken, like I would have to have chiropractor, this, then that. And like I said, I didn't done any of that. I just did some massages, but like I said, nothing crazy. And then just lymphatic massages, and then that was more regular. And then just like food and stretching, yoga, and but I just want to emphasize here that once you hydrate your body, these acids won't pull and push anything in your back, so it will be hydrated and beautiful, later on.
Yeah, that's
it can be.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, amazing.
That was it.
And no like chiropractic work. Did you do any adjustments in that department?
Not at all.
No.
Nothing. I actually had a friend who he actually gave me a couple of massages. That's it. But I wasn't attending anywhere regularly. No.
Yeah.
The most important thing for me was focusing on diet, on what I eat, on hydration. The hydration was rescuing me. Dry fast to make my kidneys filtering. That was the most important to me.
Yeah.
But also building stage, because I was still exercising, so I didn't want to detox too much. That wasn't in the back of my head yet. Even though I was after surgeries, I still wanted to keep up with the building stage a little bit, which means I had tons of fruit and I had some green juices, let's say, because I wanted to keep up with the supporting connective tissues, right? So bone and connective tissues. So I can actually support that knee with some greens and smoothies and some salads here and there, but no cooked food. Everything raw. I had watermelon every day. That was like my daily routine for a couple of years.
Right.
Watermelon has to be, on a
Yeah.
breakfast every single day.
Yeah, we always do hear every once in a while about spinal alignments correcting themselves with a combination of not putting into your body the things that harm you. And then that's obviously the first obvious step. So it's got to be really hydrating foods. Then the strength exercises are probably very, very key. You strengthen all the muscles in and around an area of trouble. And now you're giving your muscles the neuromuscular support to kind of strengthen and tone those areas, and so it can help, align your back, and and a combination of that, and then of course a couple little cleanses, some fasts here or there. So it seems like that's really going to help you.
I'm happy you are saying that, because like I said, this is what worked for me, and I'm totally a supporter of good massages, chiropractors.
Yeah.
If they know what they do.
Yeah.
Because some of them can really hurt you. So you just need to be very cautious about that. You need to be very picky. What I incorporate in my life that was fully detox, so like my body, like herbs and fruits only, and then my mom one day, she just was like looking at my back when I was like swimming in a pool, and she was like, Magdalena, like your back. And she knows how my back looked like. She said, your scoliosis. Like, what?
Yeah.
And she couldn't believe. She is like, I still had scoliosis when I was a teenager. It was like better, but I still had it. And I still had that issue when I passed 20. Still. So now after 30, and my mom is like, oh my gosh, your back is like super straight. And she's like, whoa, and you can even gain that height when your back is straight. You're just, you're not going down.
Even in the absence of diet, you can do just like hanging exercises. Now, I don't know how well it works for scoliosis. That probably would help. But just hanging. So if you have a bar or something that you can hang off of, and just hanging on the bar and then completely relaxing every single muscle in your back and your hips, all of that. When you do that, make that a routine every day, every other day. That even just that can be helpful. And then of course you pair that with the other things, and that can start to really help. Well, I'm sure scoliosis, but getting taller. Don't leave here and say, this is all I have to do to get taller. It can help, and I have heard of it helping. So I was going to ask as well. We had another comment it was addressed at me, but I'm sure both of us can answer. Why do so many other fruitarians seem to not do as well? Or why do some of the other fruitarians look like they've degenerated or whatnot? And why is it working for me? Why is it working for you? Right? And if I were answering that, I think just to be concise, I would say that what I think my main advantage was two things. My mental approach, right? Just understanding exactly what I was doing, okay? But the process. So respecting the process and not rushing into it too much. So I put out a video like this. I put some other videos out, and this could be partly my fault in maybe it's something I have to do more often, in really emphasizing that the process is very important, and the process has to be almost lived in a lifestyle for many, many people, because there's no telling what the lifestyle is prior to. So if you jump into, well, even raw foods, but especially with just fruit, if you jump into that too quickly, or you're too eager, too anxious, what I think happens is the cleansing nature of the diet, it starts running into too many of the accumulated infractions of the past lifestyle, and it can start to break down faster than is comfortable for the person. So with my big advantage was that I was transitioning even when I didn't know I was transitioning. And I started doing like the weekly fast. We were just talking about it right before we started recording. but I was doing a fairly clean plant-based diet, like a fairly clean plant-based diet. Still wasn't eating out at restaurants, wasn't doing a lot of the things that I recommend that we don't do. So, and of course, on top of it, I was fasting. Every once in a while, I was cleansing, but religiously fasting at least one day, 36-hour fast every weekend without fail. And I did that for many, many, many years. So I was transitioning when I didn't realize I was transitioning. So when it came time to do and adopt the fruit diet, I was in a much, much, much better position than had I not done any of that. So I think my answer here is, I guess I'll make it twofold. Really, really respect the transition, more so than you think, more so than our egos will allow us to accept that. And I've always been an athlete, I've always been interested in physical
You were born an athlete.
I've always enjoyed physical activity, and I never stopped doing it, even when I was going through the ebbs and flows and the ups and the downs and the, a little bit of dips in the energy. Like, okay, so through all that, I never stopped. Just consistency. So the type of weight loss that I was experiencing, as much as it was crazy, as much as it surprised me, I did not let that impair the quality or the quick consistency that I was working out at, okay, and exercising. So a combination of just keep moving, keep doing that exercise, right? Keep living your lifestyle. Don't stop. Do not become a couch potato. Don't, you might not want to just jump into the, lateral lotus position and just do fruit. If you've never exercised before, the stuff is just going to clean you out, and it might be not to your liking aesthetically. That's how I would put it. What about yourself? Why have you not completely deteriorated? I mean, you look wonderful. You look fine.
There could be many aspects. I think emotional is number one. People are scared. There are so many things on the market that they don't know what to believe in. Some people are just not ready for that changes, and if they're not ready, I think it's not worth to like push yourself through it, because then you won't be able to be consistent. And when you mentioned beautifully about consistency, for both of us, is the consistency is the key. But it's not that we have to do it, it's because we love to do it. It's just the spiritual aspect into it, emotional aspect, right? I think it's that once you start hydrating your body, you will see that everything makes sense. If it comes to this lifestyle, right? Everything is starting to open up, and new doors in front of you that are opening, and you just need to decide what to pick, what is important to you now. If it's your health is the priority, I'm pretty sure you will see that, feel it inside once you start just trying raw approach, even starting from just drinking your juices every single day after you're breaking your fast, right, every morning.
Let's just say that someone has jumped into the raw food lifestyle. They're going the fruitarian path, or the fruit-based path, I should say. So fruit-based lifestyle under the raw food umbrella. They've done it for several months, and things are happening that are not aesthetically pleasing for them. They don't like what's happening. They're too weak. They're too, just too much of these symptoms. Is it just better to scale back a little bit more, stay aligned there with I don't want to say step back, because then it sounds like this is not a negative thing, not a negative connotation. It's not like this is how it's got to be, no. So don't take that interpretation. But in terms of the progression that the person had, maybe retrace your steps, stay in that space for a while, and then enjoy that, but maybe dip your toe in and just do a little bit more cleansing, spend a little bit more time so your body has time to acclimatize, right? I think that's the approach that I would say. What do you think? Like, is that something or should you just stay consistent regardless? What do you think?
Yeah, no, keep it going. Don't stop. Never stop. No, I'm just kidding. I know it can be hard. I know it can be hard. And I was there too. And I always say one meal won't heal you, one bad meal won't heal you, and one bad meal won't hurt you. So if you really want to step back sometimes for your emotional sake, for your strength and health, it is good sometimes to come back to what you miss in order to not to stress your body, overstress your body, because your nervous system, it's like exhausted because of this. If I have clients, they tell me, Magdalena, I miss chicken. I'm like, okay, have your chicken. Are you kidding me? I'm like, no, because you've been telling me for the last week you miss chicken. I can't tell you what to do. This is your choice. But it all depends what stage you are. That's why I say, don't force yourself to this lifestyle, please. It has to be spiritual. You have to feel it here, like here and here. When I started this lifestyle, I felt like a Holy Spirit got into me saying, this is what you're doing from now on. Oh, all right. This is what I'm doing. And it's so easy. It was really easy. It wasn't hard, but I missed one thing all the time, my durian. And there were times where I really needed to heal and have low fat fruit. I can imagine that was challenging to me because it was like I don't want to say it like a drag, but kinda, I need that. I want that. But sometimes these cravings, see, it depends how deep you are in detox, if we talk about the detox journey now. Because if you are far enough and you still have these cravings, it could be the worms, or it could be just that you just need that already, that nutrients. But sometimes you need to push it through in order to heal something, because you are digging into the root of the cause, right, of the problem. So you want to dig in deeper, as deep as you can, and sometimes, and it's good to push it through, but it's important to know if it's worth it to push it through, and if it's the time to push it through for you.
Right.
Because if you, I say, over push yourself, you will will be at the edge of the cliff, and you will be like, oh my God, that was maybe too far. Maybe I didn't need that. So sometimes you just need. So sometimes it's really good to step back. I like to even sometimes. Someone is coming to me saying, I'm ready to be fully on fruit, and I'm like, okay, but I have weak teeth, and here is the thing. I don't want to, I know this question is later, but I would like to
we can transition to it now. That's fine.
Okay, but if someone has weak teeth, here's the thing. First thing, we are checking in what is important for you, and we are checking your body inside, your tissues, your cells, literally how you look inside. And if you are ready for it, because the teeth, okay, if this is the biggest problem for you, your teeth, then I would think about maybe, and if there is a let's say weight issues, right, that it's someone is losing weight excessively. Sometimes it's hard, even if you put someone on raw vegan diet, that person still will be losing weight. You may not even put weight on the leaves, on alfalfa sprouts. It may be challenging because they are having malabsorption issues. And if you need to heal that first, so we need to get Skinner first on fruits in order to fix something. If someone has malabsorption issues, we need to remove mucus plaque that it's actually not letting us to absorb anything, right? Because it's blocking us from getting that nutrients.
Okay, so let's just assume, because I know last time we did touch on this quite a bit, I thought. But I guess something, okay, let's just say that it's the person who doesn't have teeth issues from the beginning. They go into the raw lifestyle, or the deeper end, the fruitarian, the fruit-based lifestyle, and then all of a sudden, okay, now all these things come up. Now we know that the inner quality, the inner condition of the environment, of the systemic environment, we know that that's a factor. Okay, so we know that if that's not in order, it could come out in the oral cavity. Now, in the event that someone is experiencing that, though, and according to them, they've been eating cleanly, they were, everything was in order, and now all of a sudden things start to deteriorate. because they're on this lifestyle. What would you say would be your choice at that point? Is it should you go more savory foods, so include more salads, more zucchinis, and things that aren't really sweet? We know that dates and dried figs and dried fruits, we know that those aren't necessarily the best for tooth issues.
I
So
love
we know that already. But yeah, like, so what would the step be? You just transition more to savory foods and allow your mouth to heal a bit? Do you keep on with the fruits and add something else? What do you think? What's the remedy there if it was you?
I'm writing just very quick what I want to say in order, because I don't want to forget. It's everything on my mind, so many things.
Yeah.
First thing is I want to just say that it all depends. I still, like I said, I would take this person in front of me asking so many questions before. Fruits that are sour, you claim, no, I had a good fruit, high quality. What's the high quality for you? Because it can still be sour, right? It can still be the stage where the fruit is unripe, right? And a lot of sauerkrauts and stuff like that it's not potential, like it's not good for our teeth. Everything that is acidic, right? On the acidic side, the mouth should be alkaline, right? Mm-hmm. So the saliva. So this is what we want. We want the balance. However, let's say, okay, that person will tell me, I did everything correct. Okay, everything, even with the fruits, with everything. All right, did you take any herbs? Did you support yourself? Because, in order to have a healthy teeth, your parathyroid has to be healthy. Mm-hmm. So in charge of connective tissue in the body. So, this has to work correctly. If that doesn't work, then you may have issues, and sun is a source of true vitamin D that actually enables calcium absorptions in the body, right? So this is another aspect with weaker teeth. Beside fruit, oranges are high on calcium. They are high, but astringent and citruses can be aggressive on the teeth, right? So we need to be careful with that. That's why it's important to pick ripe oranges. So they should be a little sweet, and not little. They should be sweet. They shouldn't be sour. Real good quality orange shouldn't be sour, right? Add fresh green juices. That's what I would do. Green juices, lots of green juices. Yes, yeah. This is what I would do. Okay. I'm not a big fan of kale, but spinach, cilantro, parsley, leafy greens, lots of leafy greens. Sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, Yeah. Sprouts I'm a very big fan of sprouts when it comes to things like this.
Okay, that actually was one of the questions someone had asked about sprouting. He was asking me, and just what we thought about sprouting. So no, it's just yeah. You mentioned that. But now, if they can't juice, if for some reason they can't juice, would smoothies be okay as well for teeth issues? So like whatever greens in a smoothie?
Yeah, absolutely. Big salads to your diet too for higher mineral content, right. At least for a while. Like, so I would step back a little bit from it, but it all depends again I'm more into like healing with fruits and herbs and fasts, right? So right. To me, this teachings may be a little different than someone else, right? Because if you are on a vegan diet, it doesn't mean that vegan diet is healthy, because I truly believe, I don't want to claim anything here and be accused by other people later. Oh my gosh, she said that. Because I'm going to say something that is going to be really probably shocking, but you won't get better on a vegan diet, just vegan diet, because vegan diet is unhealthy. If it's processed, vegan diet is unhealthy. And people will be healthier still eating meat and salads than being on a vegan diet that it's processed, Yeah, this is just the truth. Yeah, this is just the chemistry and physics, here. So we can't lie here. Fruits, right, that are so powerful because they're alkaline and they're just hydrating the body. It's super important to hydrate your body. raw food is alkaline in general, right? So that's why we are more into it rather than being on the side of cooked food and or processed food that it's so unhealthy and or starchy.
Yeah, of course.
That's just kidding.
I think the only thing I would add for that is make sure to give yourself space and breaks between your fruit meals. So if people are having tooth issues and you really don't like it, one thing I would do temporarily is really space out your meals. So you have that fruit meal in the evening or lunch or whatnot. Give yourself that good 4 hours or more. Or if it's the last meal of the day, then just go to bed. Make sure you got lots and lots of time before your next meal, because every time you have, like you said, like even astringent fruits or a meal like that, you're very naturally, you erode a little bit of the lining of your tooth, and time it reconstitutes. So if you eat too often, so if you're doing a fruit diet and you're snacking constantly throughout the day, this might not help you, and that can contribute. So the last thing I would add is just really add some air between your meals, some good space, and you might find that helps. And what you were saying with the processed vegan food earlier, it's funny, like sometimes in consultations or even when I'm just chatting with friends and they ask me about, hey, what about this? What about that? What about that? And sometimes they're surprised when I say, if that's the route that you would go, to be honest, I think it would just be better if you included some meat, so that because you have to assess the person, like where they're at, right? So if they're at is just too dependent on that, so I would say, listen, keep doing that, but then just make these little tweaks. It'd probably be better than if you went the vegan processed food route and included all these things that are not really great. And rather than having a simple meat-based meal, like a very simple, whatever it is, a steak or eggs. I don't know.
I have a few tips for like your teeth for each and every one of you. That I would advise you to do in order to avoid hurting your teeth, or for those who have issues with teeth, or any other human that needs support with their teeth. It's really good to rinse your mouth after each meal, eat juice. I like to add baking soda, aluminum-free baking soda, a little bit into the water. Of course, filtered water. We talk about filtered water. Use bamboo or glass straws. I don't use plastic straws. You still don't want that plastic. You don't want to swallow all these plastic particles. So if you drink a lot of cold pressed juices, I highly recommend that. Another thing is also use natural toothpaste, or just coconut oil. There is a good coconut oil pulling is really good as well. If you have like herbs and you can rinse your mouth with the herbs, that would be amazing.
In their like powdered form, or just with the actual herb itself, whichever one you choose.
Dr. Morse has a lot of cool herbs, cool herbal teeth cool herbal teeth. Like what the heck? Herbal teas and I am actually working on a cool stuff right now. I work on a bone and connective tissue support tea, and I also work on a something for the teeth, but I don't want to say what it is yet. But I'm working on it, and I definitely let you know when it's ready, because I am really big fan of herbs, so I really want to help and utilize it. Help people to thrive. But Dr. Morse has amazing teas. There's a heel tea, a stomach tea, 3-link tea, and other teas. Heel tea, I would say, in my opinion, is extremely beneficial, for the teeth. And this is what happened to me, and this is what I experienced. So You can rinse your mouth with 3-lang tea. It's even maybe even more potent because 3-lang tea is actually pulling all the acids from the head area and helping the mucus to break down and eliminate the mucus. Another thing is I like to use water pick. I actually don't have one here right now because I'm traveling, but I usually use water pick, and it's a really, really good thing too, the water pick.
Yeah.
What else? Essential oils are amazing too, adding into your water pick water. They can be very helpful as well. Then I have like tea tree oil, cinnamon, it's really good too. Neem oil, and many other oils that you can think of. They're really all beneficial.
Just really quickly, those oils, would you would combine them, like, I mean, would it just be that oil? You combine them with something like what you said, not apple cider vinegar, sorry.
That's okay.
The baking soda, the baking soda.
Yeah,
right? You always just combine it with some of that baking soda. Let's just say tea tree oil. What would you put tea tree oil in?
In the water pick.
Oh, just water and the oil.
The water pick, or I would, because tea tree oil it's pretty strong. Like all these oils, if you have a pure organic essential oil, it's strong. It needs to be diluted, and so I would use coconut oil with it. If you want to rinse your mouth with, just a drop, because it can be super, super strong.
Okay.
So if you put essential oil in your mouth, please don't do it. It's too strong. It can be irritating. But you can make your own toothpaste. Absolutely, you can add a few drops of essential oils, and I'm not a big fan of baking soda on your teeth. It can be corrosive. I'm more like delicate if it comes to these stuff. If it comes to the teeth, I like to just do gentle things, nothing crazy. Especially that fruits and vegetables are cleaning our teeth and mouth. So what we want to do is more like to support the teeth from breaking down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's good.
To protect them.
Yeah, just protect, exactly. Yeah, no, that's good. No, those are good answers. The last thing I was going to ask is for a women's specific issue. How do the menses work? The monthly detox, the period, right? Do you notice changes there with a raw food? How does
That's a great question. Thank you. I love this question. It's perfect for me because I had issues like this. It's so important to know that everybody is different, but we are all the same. Again, all depends on your genetics, weakness, acidosis in the body, and hydration, dehydration, stuff like that, and other things around. However, it is important to know that some women entering this lifestyle and they're losing their menstrual cycles, right? They don't menstruate at all. Well, if you are on this path, let's say the one that I'm following, that it's considered as a just healing crisis. I wouldn't even say healing crisis. I would say that the body is fixing itself. It's focusing more, taking that energy on and focusing more on other things that are the most important, and the body takes care. It's smart, so it takes care of this thing first. So you stop circulation, menstruation. But doesn't mean that this is a wrong thing. It's actually something to help you to fix that. So you are helping yourself. I need to say, on me it worked opposite. I had very irregular menstruations, and I sometimes suffered from not having menstruation at all, and they just told me, oh, this is how you're built. I'm like, and they literally fed me with all these hormones, and I was like 17, and they told me that I'm at the menopause stage. I'm like, I'm 17, like what? And I got so many hormones back then, and I was having episodes already with raw food a lot. So they were treating something that I didn't know yet back then. So the way I would do, if I could come back to the past, I would just do my raw food lifestyle, and I would be like, don't worry, this is fixing. It's all good. In a natural world, in a natural life as humans, we bleed too much as women. Our cycles are just too intense too, and you are losing so much blood, and of course you're detoxifying the female body parts, but at the same time you're losing so much too at the same time. That's why we need iron, right? Or magnesium or something, right, to just support that process. But also it is important to know that we are getting weaker on our these days and stuff like that, and why we need all these pads, it's all designed for us. They create more stuff. Sorry, I talk about this stuff, Ali, but this is our reality, we live in. And I know some women just are even wearing diapers because they bleed so much. It's sad, and they can't move out of their bed. So once you are on this lifestyle, you can notice that your cycles may be less intense, and less intense. I got to the point where I have no pain with my cycles at all. I don't even feel them. Sometimes it happens when I'm on my detox. I'm weak and I just need a whole day of rest where everything is just like, okay, I can't deal with people today. Just today, I need time with myself and then it's just like this, that I just need to be in a quiet place, but nothing other than that. But I suffered so much from heavy, painful period cramps, and that was awful. I don't wish it to any woman. This was really serious. I was vomiting. I couldn't move around. That was really horrible pain. And it was not that long time ago. So I started hydrating. I started drinking more juices. I started detoxing female body parts. Pituitary, this is connected to your female reproductive system. All this stuff I started detoxing, and boom, it's healing. Probably it's healed already. If I'm not in pain, I feel comfortable.
In order for someone to get the same type of alleviation of the really harsh symptoms, right? Like heavy flows, pain, migraines, and all these things. Can they just go on a general raw food diet to get the same advantages, or do they have to make up a bigger part of their diet with fruits?
You think in order to achieve what I achieve, let's say, with no pain? If you don't have serious issues, maybe, because vegetables just are detoxing so far. They can't dive in deeper. They just detox you so far and then they stop. They just don't do any harm if you come back to them. So let's say tomorrow I'm going to have salad. It's okay. I can have these salads for the next 6 months. I'm still be at the point where I stopped having fruit, fully fruit days. They won't do any harm. But if we jump into cooked food, then there is just, with me was different because, like I said, I had irregular cycles or not cycles at all, like no menstruation at all. And when I became actually fruitarian, I don't like that. It's just the example. I like it just the name because so you know what I eat. But the frugivore path completely, I need to tell you, based on 100% fruit and herbs and detox and fast, all of this, I need to tell you that, like I said, my menstrual cycles are perfect in time, no pain. So just this, that they're very accurate, they're like perfectly on time. So nothing is just like, really, you can heal that. And I don't have any cramps before either, where before all of that, we all women suffer from pain and like breast pain and stuff like this. It's really helpful, hurtful too. So, and I don't have that anymore.
B12, calcium pills, iodine pills. Do you take any of those like store-bought stuff?
Oh, No, absolutely not. I take my fruits. That's all I take, and my herbs. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually took just any random herb. That this one is Parasitem.
Yeah. And
That's
Dr.
all
Moore,
my
can you get
that's
that?
all my dietary supplements. These
Okay.
are from Dr. Morse's clinic.
And
Yes, that's all I work on, and I take personally. My friends, my family, my clients. Yeah, that's all I work on them. They're raw, wild harvested, like amazing stuff, pure, organic, very high quality. So yeah, that's all I take. If I am detoxing, sometimes I take breaks between. Then I have some very rare salads, but sometimes I have episodes when I have like, oh, when I buy salad, I can't buy just for one day. It's hard to just buy for like I'm gonna have just a salad for tonight. No way. If I buy a salad, then it's like a salad,
Yeah.
Then I need to finish all of that, and I'm like, oh, I would eat fruit tonight, but okay, I have this salad. Then I like trying to finish that salad to not to waste it. But yeah, but there's things like this, and you still are following your fruity lifestyle. It still doesn't change anything. You're still on, and yeah, and you just can improve anything because you're still eating better than half of the population. Oh, more than a half of population in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're still improving.
So thank you so much. Yeah, we ran through a lot. We ran through a lot today, guys. If you like this video, thank you so much. So if you like this video, like this interview, and you'd like to see more stuff, then make sure to subscribe to the FreeMelon Society. I'll post the links for Raw Coconut Girl's channel as before, and so yeah, you can definitely check her out if you'd like to hear more or book consultations with Raw Coconut Girl. So yeah, subscribe, like the video, and yeah, that's about it, guys. All right, we will see you next time here on FreeMelon Society. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Take care. Yeah.